celebrated a wedding anniversary and was watching this video, and I had a good laugh. So I'm sharing that laugh with you. Write wedding in the comments if you want me to share the actual wedding video.
Come on, everybody just move like electric shock me. Even though the vex in the blood of wine, all you below the waist, and you're my life. Child can't help it, me couldn't have the feeling. Just imagine with the most sweet heart, and I know I'm gonna knock you down, baby, don't make us want to hold you down. Yes, I wanna put on your bone, baby. I'm afraid when it's another way, baby. Yes, me not go back so long, baby, don't make us want to hold you down. Yes, I wanna put on your bone, baby. I'm afraid no. No! I will not let you know. Your face is pretty, but your club rock time well, it doesn't happen. Flirty, you're gone with me. And also, and when you find your mistake, you talk about your sorry. So me say,
As you know, Charlotte is our bride's friend way back from college days, and similar, Steve is a long-time friend of our groom. And welcome Mr. and Mrs. Philip Carr. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Thank you, Mr. Music Man. Good.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for health and strength and for your blessings over all of us today. Thank you for Philip and Odetta as we've come, God, to celebrate this big, great occasion for them. Lord, as we're about to partake of the food which is provided for us, may we eat with thanksgiving. The cake as well, Lord. May every ingredient that came to make that cake up, God, be with ingredients that blend Philip and Odetta's life together. May all things be done to your glory and to your honor. We give you thanks in Jesus' name.
have you ever been in love? Have you ever said, have you ever said, have you ever been in love?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna restart the program, and as I said, we are here to have fun. Reverend Jackson, Rev left? Yeah, because Rev have sermon tomorrow, you know. And I say, I love Rev as a pastor. You know, the other day I think I'm to a friend of mine down by the Pegasus. I don't know if you ever go anywhere, you see those charismatic pastors who always make you talk if you can't talk and see if you can't see. So a friend of mine, Sam, went to the Pegasus, and this pastor was preaching one of the charismatic sermons, and he says, walk over to Sam and say, my brother, by the grace of God, you shall walk today. Now Sam can't walk, so he don't know what the minister talk about. So the minister said it again, by the grace of God, you shall walk, my brother. Sam said, the minister bogus, you know. Imagine me can't walk, he might tell me what you want me to walk today. So I can't believe them, you know. Anyway, the minister said it again, by the grace of God, you shall walk, my brother. Who do you believe when Sam go into the car park, them thief him car? So guess what? He had to walk, like the minister said. You know? So when you hear people like Reverend Jackson, make sure you listen to them, you understand? Anyway, as I said earlier, this wedding is one with a difference. And Philip, as a man, come into this thing, of fool yourself. The man must have the last word, but it must always be yes, dear. That is the last word. You understand? And you know that, because I must tell you, next week, Wednesday, my wife is here. I am married. It's my 20th anniversary. And excellent marriage. And you know, oh, I'm just going to tell you the secret. When I got married, I said to my wife, all major decisions I will take. And all minor decisions you will take. After 20 years, we have not taken any major decision yet. So everything working, you understand? So as long as you know who is boss, because trust me, the Kentucky thing not nice. So you make sure you understand who run things, you know? In fact, there was a wedding, you know, between two lions, and a lion exchanging vows with another lion, and this mouse was in the audience saying, congrats my brother, congrats my brother. So, well, all right, true. Thanks for the correction. Figuratively speaking, Jamaica, we just say lion and dog. But we can't say lion and dog, yes. But you may understand. All right? So, anyway, the lion and the lioness were getting married, and a mouse was in the audience shouting, congrats, my brother, congrats, and best wishes. So another lion grab onto the little mouse and say, is which little mouse is a call lion him brother? Who are you? The mouse looked on the other lion and said, calm down, my brother. I was also a lion before I get married too. So, Philip, I hope you're listening. Because trust me, Virgin, your right's gone, you know. And there are just something you don't say to your wife. If she look on you and say, Philip, I look like I'm putting on weight. Just look on her and say, no, sir. Look like you're losing weight to me. You can't tell her why she's putting on weight because problems are a trap. Anyway, we are going to proceed with some toasts. And I know this lovely lady from the West, a long-time friend of the bride, Mrs. Tracy Christie Smith. So I'm going to ask Tracy to come and propose. And if you notice the bride, she turn up things a little. Bride, you can't see her? Different frock. And we'll be changing every hour, right? So she's now in a fantastic red dress. The lady in the red dress here. Give a hand for the beautiful bride.
Good night, everyone. Master of Ceremony, Leighton McKnight, thank you so much for affording me the honor to stand here today. Now, today I stand here to celebrate this joyous occasion with my friend Odetta and her husband Philip. What a great start to a wonderful union, which I know will last for a lifetime. Odetta and I have been friends for a long time. We met in college and we worked together for 7 yees. And you know, there are times when we often wonder why we are friends, because her personality is manic and I am even. But you know, and we always laugh. We say, boy, we have such a good relationship and we're so different. So one day she called me and said, you know why we're so close? You always tell me the truth. And I'm very happy. That's the role I play in her life. I'm the truth sayer. No, well, I would want to share some things about her that I like, why she's my friend. So one day, Odetta and we used to go to lunch together when we worked together. We're driving through the gate and I saw Odetta getting money from a security guard. And we saw a new guy in the company. Well, knowing the security guard couldn't bribe her, I said, why is he giving you money? She said, well, I loaned him some money and he's not repaying me. I said, you know, why would you lend money to somebody who you don't know? And she said, well, my formula for lending money is simple. If I lend it and he doesn't repay it, he can't come back. And, you know, I really admired her trust in even a stranger, so that it didn't prevent her from being kind to him. No, she's not a fool. Odetta was a hero among her staff, and I hear the same thing happening up here in Kingston. She's kind, but she's not soft. No pushover. She's compassionate and she's caring. She demands excellence, and believe me, if you're not excellent, you will know. She has a lot of faith in humanity and in people, and in her lover, and in her friends. She has a way of bringing people together, because even tonight when I was looking around, there are so many of Odeta's friends here who have become my friends, you know, over the time. Very good people. She attracts good people to herself. She's humble and she has excellent taste. Can we agree with that? I have had the opportunity to be walking downtown with Odetta in Montego Bay, and you know, many people would come up and greet her, and based on how they greeted her, I'd ask, "Who is that?" And it was always her cousin. Everybody is like, strange thing, how many cousins do you have? I didn't believe her in some instances. However, I have had the opportunity to go to Hampton, her country. And it was until I visited her home that I understood all of these cousins, right? Picture this, in the country, big old house, every door open. People just walk in, walk out. Our auntie is the same, our mother, everybody up there is like, you know, for those of us who live closer to the city, we lock, you go in, you lock that grill, and if you're in this front room, you're locking that one. So it was something to us to see. So many people just come. She didn't lock her drawer, she didn't lock her door, and they were these people were her cousins. Everybody's like, the whole village was her cousin. And I then understood why she had such a big heart. If you grew up in a community where you accept everybody, then you have to be kind to people, because there's a mix of people in that melting pot. So her humble spirit always seemed to draw people to her. She appears to have the ability to make everyone she meets feel special. One day she called me and told me that she thinks she has found a man she's going to spend the rest of her life with. Now, I'm very happy how she started the vows this evening, because I was laughing to say, boy, I didn't hear the vows that she had written, but I have heard that I was a little skeptical when she told me this, because I know she believes in fairy tales. No. When I came and spent time with Odetta and Philip, I must confess, believe in fairy tales. Philip has demonstrated love and care for my friend in a tremendous way, and I believe I can trust him with her heart. And her lips. For she didn't need someone who will try to make her less kind or caring or compassionate. She needs you, Philip. Your quiet strength and support, which I have witnessed, your strong values, and your belief that with God all things are possible. She needed that. Today I pray God will seal your commitment to each other in heaven. May you each be your best selves with each other. And I just want to salute you, and I'm so happy to be a part of this occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, please lift your glasses in toast as we drink to the bride, Mrs. Odetta Carr.
No, man, Tracy must get a bigger hand. I don't eat dinner. What wrong with you? I better clap than that, man. Yeah, thank you, Tracy, for that insightful toast. Now, Philip, if you see a security guard giving Odetta money, don't buy that story then. You get to the bottom of it. Because imagine that, see man a give her money. Oh, it's me that let him. No, stop now, no. So Philip, be on the lookout, right? No security guard must give your wife no money. Otherwise you have an inquiry. Alright, because you know, I agree saying sound a little way. Come on, security guard I give my wife money and the explanation I lend him money in public. No, sir. Anyway, Odetta is my little sister. We come from the same bush top up in St. James. Yeah, it's South St. James. And another one, Everton, and this is here. We all went to the same primary school up in the hills at St. James. So she's well brought up. I think they would call her good as, real good as. You understand? Good as for them, good as for them. Yeah, Odetta good as. You understand? Well brought up in the hills of St. James, and you know, so kind. Our word is our bond. Well organized. I don't know if you saw the Flair had a nice article on her some months ago. Did you see the thing? Yeah, man. I mean, when I say my sister that. I no, I don't. Yes. She has done us proud, and I endorse all the sentiments expressed by Tracy. And I'm happy that she found, because when she found Philip, she did call all of us. And me I say, hold on, that man really exists? Because when she start list out the things, they make you feel inadequate, you know. Yeah, man, they say she list some quality. Me I say, my God, you know. A good thing my wife not hear this, because some things what Philip do. Yeah, man, I mean, it put me under pressure. Yeah, so it's very good to find somebody life and keep it up here, my brethren. Yeah. But you know, this wedding is a PG-21. No, it's a PG-21, right? Because you hear what I'm around the front. Because some expression make, you know. I say, wait. I say, the pastor watching. I say, wait, what the heck? My friend David Martin say, wait, them not say the pastor. Yeah, man, because when me hear she say emotionally and physically, I say physically cover a whole heap of things, you know? Because I combine the physical and the emotion. But boy, we have to get it explicit, so. Anyway, Philip, I must give you a story about a couple who was got married, you know. So, them never know each other before them get married too tough. So on the night of the honeymoon, they got into the honeymoon suite. And the husband proceeded to take off his shoes and his socks. So when the wife looked, she noticed something wrong with one of the man's toe. He said, honey, I never said that before. What happened to your toe? Him said, when I was young, I had polio. She said, polio? You mean polio? Him said, no, man. It's polio. It only affected my toes. She said, all right, then. Him take off him pants. She noticed something wrong with one of his knee. She said, honey, what happened to your knee? I never see all of this. When I was younger, I had measles. She said, measles? You mean measles? She said, no, man, his measles, it only affected my knees. So, of course, when him take off him brief now, and she looked, she said, oh, my God, don't tell me you had small cocks, too. Anyway, we're going to move right along. And so they put in a bag now, we're at them days, and trust me. So, we're going to have, and you know, Philip, I take a serious chance, but a film where me can't tell the movie make talk. So we're going to have the best man, Mr. Stephen Bruce Miller, to come and propose a roast, toast. A toast to the group. Let's welcome Stephen.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the wedding of Philip and Odetta. Congratulations to the Cars. It is a pleasure to serve as best man to my friend Philip Lincoln Carr. We met some 17 years ago at an institution we serve. Fast cars were the order of the day. We exchanged notes on our Honda Integras, specs and all. You know, we used to like to drive fast cars. As we grew through life, our conversation changed as our lives evolved. Social matters, family and relationship, etc. were all frequently discussed topics. As the content of our conversations got deeper, I realized that Philip is no ordinary guy. My short list of his powerful attributes are thoughtful, charismatic, a gentleman, and most importantly, a confidant. For these qualities I admire, we have grown close over the years. Some time ago, not in the far past, I stopped hearing from Philip. And that is true. I stopped hearing from Philip. I'm like, what's going on? Can't hear from Philip at all. But truly, this is nothing new for us. Usually, when something is going on with him, he goes quiet and then emerges when he's ready to speak. So, I know this guy very well. And I know when he goes quiet, you know, don't push him. You know, just wait on him. He'll come and tell you what the situation is. When that time comes, and we meet up, It is just like yesterday for us. That is when he's ready to talk. Anytime he's ready to talk, it's like even if 3 months pass and we don't talk, when we talk, it's like nothing, we didn't miss a beat. You know, we just catch right up, like I just saw him yesterday, and we just keep going. Several months ago, Philip went quiet, then emerged with Odetta. I've never seen Philip like this before. Overflowing with happiness and joy from everywhere. I mean, like everywhere. I immediately started shopping for suits for wedding. When there wasn't even an engagement, but I knew what was coming. Odetta, swiping Philip off his feet, could not be done by any ordinary woman. This ability must be within an extraordinary and powerful woman. Congratulations, my friend and confidant Philip, in choosing this extraordinary woman to be your wife. I wish you both the best in your marriage, with the blessings from the Lord, and that your marriage may be filled with joy and happiness. Please raise your glasses and drink to the happiness and wellness of the marriage of Philip and Odetta. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Bestman. Boy, it's like Philip pay you off. You never roast him too hard, right? So give another round of applause to the best man. We're going to proceed with the cutting of the cake. Hold on to that veil. And after 3, I just want both of you lift together. 1, 2, 3. You can lift. Yes, beautiful. Congratulations. Well done, well done, well done. All right. So hold it. Now, Philip, there's one rule in, as a married man now. You're married now. So the rule is, wait now. You ready? Oh, okay. All right, so best man to do him job, man, yeah? Look after this, you have to go hold dog so that them can do what they want to do. Yeah, you have to go hold the dog for them. So, Philip, the main rule as a married man, always make sure your wife is in position before you start to cut. You understand? So is your wife in position? All right, so you ready? All right, 1, 2, 3, cut. You know, must clap them. It's a big thing that, you know, you can't see, but when them cut the cake, it's a big ceremonial thing. All right, so they're about to feed each other. Yeah? Yeah, man. Good. All right, return the favor. Odetta, Philip much bigger than that, you know, where you going? All right. Yeah, man, stuff him, man, you know what I mean? All right, now, so you know you have to do piece in your mouth and put in his mouth. Yeah, man, I just saw the thing, sir. Yeah. So Philip can't say you never give him a piece. All right. Yeah, all right. Clap them. Them all go on, you know. Them clap them, yeah. You don't look like you're married long time. So you feed each other simultaneously with the champagne. No, later. You feed him and him feed you. Yeah, you feed her with it. Same time, together. Yeah, so it go. Yeah. You have to line up this thing here proper. Yeah. Yeah, man. No spilling. All right. Clap them. Yeah, them all go on. The next item, I don't know what it is. It says performance by the bride and the groom. Now, based on what was going on around, so I was a little worried. But when Odetta said she go and change her dress, I said, well, at least they're going to do it in clothes. So it kind of eliminates one thing, you know? And cause I don't think them old school, you know? So the next thing is really a performance by the bride and the groom. I don't know what it is. Hold your breath. It's PG-21. Anything can happen. So let's welcome the bride and the groom.
My love that song, Pete. Turn your lights on low. Make it look up there. Let you sunshine into our lives again. Ooh, it's been a long, long time. You know what it is? Love. Never undone. You don't want to get on time. On time. To give you some love. I want to give you some good love. I want to give you some good loving.
Turn your lights down low. Never try to resist. Oh no. Don't let your love come shining into our lives again. Saying, ooh, I love you, and I want you to know that now. Ooh, I love you, and I want you to know that now. That I want to give you some love. I want to give you some good loving. I want to give you some good loving.
Anyway, Odette, you turn up the thing, you know. You sound good, my girl. You hear the forward you get, man? Yeah. I'm Philip, you have some work for you, in more ways than one. That's some work for you. But as a man, I know you're up to it, right? Yeah, man, you can't do your work, man. You just go and practice and do your work, you know? Confident. Philip, how that I kiss up your wife, man? Oh, alright, him can't kiss one last time. This is the man who introduced them, so him can't get a last kiss. What want to say? Yeah, but him can't. Yeah, no, it's done after now. Yeah, man, him can't get a kiss. Him do a good job. So make him step aside, no another man want to take over. So Barry said, you know? So we want our groom, our confident groom. Speaking about confident, you know this little boy asked him father one day, Daddy, what's the difference between confident and confidentiality? So, this little pick them ask some tough question, you know. So they say, Daddy, what is the difference between confident and confidential? You know what that means? What the answer there, Philip? The difference between confident and confidential. Anyway, what the man saying to you, little boy? That's a good question. You are my son, about that I'm confident. You see a little friend next door? That's also my son, but that's confidential. So, right now we're going to ask the confident Mr. Philip Carr to come and give the groom's reply. He might come with that in my pad, you know, because I take him on, you know. To me, I was good, I come with eye pen, eye heart, and eye paper. So you come with your iPad.
I can start by saying, I can start by doing the right thing. And may I invite my lovely wife up here with me, Odetta Carr. Yeah, man, I may do many things, you know, but I'm a smart man. Right. Yeah. I must say that we'd like to start by saying that we are thankful for all of you who have joined us here today. Many from locally, a few from abroad, in our most special occasion. I must say that you are all very special in our hearts. And it is evident because if you look around, we have had a few social events here. And if you note, most people are here, you'll keep seeing the same people in our same space. And that is because you're not just our friends, but we consider you an extension of our family. We are we're consistent in the people that we invite in our space and circles. And so we like to share our time with you, and it is no surprise that you are here at our events. Right? Also, as our love story will dictate by virtue of the invitation, right? You are also, and I must start by saying that I must pay tribute to the lovely maid of honor, Charlotte, and I'm sure you'll all agree with that. Right? And also Mr. Bestman, who some have been heard wondering if he's really with the Secret Service or the CIA. You know, he got my back. Thank you, sir. And I start by saying they are, while they might represent our very small bridal party, and of course deservedly so, we consider you an extension of our bridal party, and that was evident by the dress code or color code that you made. You are all bridesmaids and groomsmen in our eyes. Right. Thank you for being a part of our lives and influencing us. As we speak of influences, and you know, we have to make mention, of course, the foundation where it all started. Of course, that would be with our parents. One of the things that we both recognized very early in our relationship is that we had very similar upbringing, very strong parenting, very principled parenting, who at times don't necessarily save the rod to spoil the child. But I can tell you, I think we're better for it. And some might argue if some of those same principles were still being employed just now, then probably some of the social breakdown that we see here happening in Jamaica probably would be might be there. I make mention earlier on that in my vows that I think that Odetta's parents were preparing her for me. And I say that because I can connect with the kind of values, family values, that Odetta has been exposed to. And me, myself, by virtue of my parents, have been exposed to the same kind of family values. And we hold it very dear. We're very strong on family. And when we say family, we even mean friends who we consider family, as is evident with you all here. And, you know, that is very big for us. We must also single out a few persons that we must also give special thanks to. I made mention of Mr. Bruce Miller, who's my very good friend of 17 years, as he, you know, stated earlier on. Very dependable, very consistent, a man of integrity, and a man who's very frank and speaks his mind just the way we like it, right? Charlotte Mason, who has consistently been a part of my wife's life. She always speaks very highly of Charlotte. You know, Charlotte, I realize that you're always a part of it. You're always very dependable, and she can always count on you. And even though we have a wedding planner, I must say that Charlotte is actually the coordinator, if you want to call it that. She initiated a lot of these. And thank you, Charlotte. All right. I must also thank, we have many friends here. I will talk about some of my best friends, but I can't speak about, many of you are my best friends, but if I was to single out a few, I must speak of Michael Jiggy Davis. Many of you who know me, right, or been around me, will, you know, I have different circles of friends who have become one conglomerate of friends. And there are consistent decibels within the friendship. And of course, Michael Jiggy Davis is one of those. And yes, speak about dependability, loyalty. It doesn't get much better than Michael Jiggy Davis. He's more than a friend, he's a brother, a close brother. And, you know, I'm sure you'll all agree. Michael Jiggy Davis. He incidentally is responsible for the music here and providing even sound in the technical work for the band as well, to back in for the band. Big up yourself, Jiggy, you know, from both of us. Squid, you heard mention of Squid, who was just by our table just to bid us farewell. He had to run off because he had a prior commitment. That's just typical of Squid. Squid is always trying to be all to everybody. And sometimes he might overextend himself, but that's the nature of the man. He's a good human being. Incidentally, he's responsible for bridging the gap what destiny had in store for us. Yeah, he was responsible for me meeting now my lovely wife, you know. And, you know, so what can I say is I've played a very important part of our lives, and we recognize and accept that. Of course, as you look around, you know, the setting, the table, everything couldn't be done by us alone. And although we might, what should we say now, solicit help, probably personally from others, we still have to acknowledge and thank those involved. And of course, our wedding planner is Nashira, of course. My lovely wife is always here to correct me. From Thai Flora. I think she did a wonderful job. I'm sure you'll all join me in giving her a hand on that. Great House Catering, food. And of course, for those of you who have been to quite a few of our lives, and you speak of the food and the managed water, you know, among other things, you know, they have always done an excellent job. And I think this evening is no exception. You know, I'm sure you'll all agree that the food was good. I certainly enjoyed it. Yes. The band, DB Band, you know, DB Band, DB Burns, I must understand. My wife corrected me again. The band provided entertainment, even faced with somewhat adverse circumstances, which I'll speak to in a short while. And I must say a big thank you to the band for sticking it out and providing entertainment that we love. This name, Purcell Jackson, and of course you'd have heard that name. He's the goodly reverend that seems to have found some fame within the audience, you know, based on utterances earlier on, which obviously seem like most of us endorse and accept. You know, we're truly grateful for his presence here. Again, just like many others, you know, people who play even those roles in our life are by means no accident. Reverend Jackson has been a part of my life. I knew him from like over 30 years, from a very famous institution down the road. Again, we shall get to that in due time and set the record straight. Leighton McKnight. Of course, Leighton, again, a very close friend of the family. He will be, you know, he'll be one of the first persons to tell you that Odetta is his prodigy. That's the word he always uses proudly. And of course, just like many of our friends that I just spoke of, with short notice, Leighton always seems to make himself available for us. And Leighton, we're truly grateful for that. And you did an excellent job of being master of ceremonies. I'm sure you'll all agree. Give him a hand for me. Right. Well, that's the end of the formalities, you know. I must say, we got off to a little late start today due to some technical difficulties beyond our control. JPS wanted to play a part in our wedding. Of course, they did. So we must, although you know they played a part, we still it's only right for us to apologize for the late start. And I hope it wasn't too much of an inconvenience for you all. And I'm sure, I hope you found that it was worth the wait. You know, we certainly enjoyed your company. Right? So thanks. And of course, in ending, as I said, we need to set the record straight. You know, as you look around, we have friends and family from all parts of life and different institutions that shape us. You know, whether it is the school, the church, you know, and the parents in the background. But let's get back to the school. I am a very proud member of Kingston College. And I want to recognize that. You know, a lot of my friends here are from that school, as well as other friends from other schools. You know, we're not very selfish, even though we recognize ourselves among the elite. You know, we still accept others in our life. So for those who may not feel so privileged to be a part of our school, don't worry. You're part of our gathering, and the love that we share will emanate towards you all. You know, so Fortis, I say, and I end with that. Thank you all.
So, we have heard it from the groom, so we're winding down. And as you know, they were very technologically focused with the iPad. Come show me up, you understand? Me up me paper. Yeah, you know, an iArt and iPen. But you know why me up with paper? I have no luck with the eye thing, you know, because me get technology go buy iPhone. Me have an iPhone, buy my son an iPad, stepdaughter an iPod. Never want my wife he left us, me buy her an iron. Problems. You understand? So me just have to give up everything. You know, for please ladies, you know, because I never want her to be left out. So she gets her eye too, and it's a problem. It's just like when I was courting, before my wife became my wife, I was courting her, you know, Clyde. And I felt so romantic one night. I look in her eyes and I said, only when I look in your eyes, it reminds me of a pearl. And she said, oh, honey, that sounds so romantic. And she was so impressed. Married for 20 years now, sir. Last week, me said the same thing. Only when I look in her eyes, it reminds me of a pearl. Who is Pearl? Who is Pearl? Is that girl? Is that girl from one of them there? Who is Pearl? Who named Pearl? So, boy, when you get married, everything changes. So what we have next is the couple's first dance. Yes, the couple's first dance. I'm promising to say Philip now for doing a whole power work this time. I'm ready. We have a special event where the couple will be handing out souvenirs, but it's going to be done in a different style. You know, this couple, them do everything different. So I'll hand over to Mrs. Carr, and she will give out the rules.
Thank you, Leighton. So remember I asked you to come early, and because of JPS, thank God, those who came late were still very, very early. So, show of hands of all those who had their photographs taken when you came in. Great. So, what's going to happen next is we're going to put a gift bag on your table before you. And whoever you are in that photograph with is on a photograph in a frame on somebody's table. The probability of you getting your own photograph is 0.12%. Very unlikely. So what I'm going to ask you to do is when you get that gift bag, you open it and you look around and you need to find the person in that photograph and give them the photo. This is deliberate to force you to interact with all our friends and family, right? So it's gonna be a mini treasure hunt. So you open your gift bag look at the picture. So in your gift bag is a frame. It's a two-sided frame. On one side is a photograph of Philip and I, and on the other side is the photograph that was taken of you when you entered the venue. So you're going to look at who's the other side, and you're going to try to find that person. So lights, if you could, as soon as I'm done speaking, if you could turn the lights to the audience so persons can see each other's faces, it will be very helpful. And we're going to start the treasure hunt. And the first person to find the owner of their photograph wins a prize. Let's go. Now.
Hit it.
Feathers on the shoreline, sand between my toes, sunshine on my island where the good vibes flow. Resorts and blue waters, palm trees standing tall. In Jamaica's splendor, I hear the ocean call. Oh, that is in Jamaica, where you vacation to. Living like a dreamer, in a land so cool. Touring with the music, laughter in the breeze. Every day.
So Claude is the winner, and Claude wins $100 US.
No, we never know that was the prize. Thank you all for coming and mingle around. It's music time and party time.